What is up, everybody? Thank you for being here on Raider Nation Live. I'm your host today. I'm solo, but that doesn't bother me, man. That doesn't bother me at all. Lo got some work to do. Hey, Gabe just usually, his normal attendance on the show. But I want to thank everybody for being here today. Hope you all had a good weekend and a good Monday and today. Tomorrow school starts for me, and it's gonna be back to work, business as usual. So kind of looking for it. Miss the little guys and young ladies, but I wouldn't say miss, but excited to get back to work. Maybe that's what I should say. But got a lot to talk about today. Low mentioned maybe he'll get on later. Gabe is expected at any time, and we'll get him on. Um, but the things I wanted to talk about was pertaining to the game we had on Saturday and things that I seen. I watched the game over again. Answer some of your questions, some of your concerns and stuff. But first, I want to give it up to the the Raider Nation live chat and give you guys a holler and then see what's up with you guys. Wild Turkey, what's up, man? My opinion, cool Kev, how's it going, bro? OJ, what's up, Omar? Hot Stick Stepper, thanks for being here. My boy Cash Lord, my Fresno partner. How you doing, brother? Job Raider, man. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you again, man. Keep it up. Keep coming up. Let's see what's going on here. My opinion, always coming up with some mean flow. AP, DDT, what's up, man? I don't know about that bang bang Raider Nation family stuff. That somebody got that, and I don't want to be pertaining to it. All lies, my other Fresno partner. Mr. Took Your Soul, what's up, man? Leaky, what's going on? Steve DeLuna, how are you doing? Mike Guerrero, man, what's up? If we can get a Triple G show, man, when Gabe gets here, what you think? I'll send it to you. All you gotta do is tell me, bro. Mr. Took Your Soul, what's up? All lies. All you guys telling each other what's up. Tubby, what's going on, bro? How you doing? Emmanuel Gary, what's up? Couple of you in here, man. Joel Lee, what's going on, bro? Glad you're here to hear this Raider game. I'm FaZe, what's up, man? Salute. Terrence Sledge, what's up, man? He's saluting the chat. Omar again. I'm losing all your questions, Omar, so redo them, okay? Dark, what's up, man? How you doing? Doppelganger, what's up, bro? How we doing? Terrence Sledge again. Everybody. Pyro, what's up, man? You want to get on, Pyro? Is that what that is? Mm. You guys know Pyro, man. He comes with some sweet Raider game. He's just a chat guy. I remember when Pyro used to be on the shows with the mask and stuff. It was cool. It was dope. But let's hit the task at hand, man. I watched the game again. Probably I want to say 4 more times. Free thinker, what's up, man? Come with it. What up, bro? Um, and I was pretty much cool with what I felt. Um, going watched it the first time, but once you watch it a second time, you start to see things. Because when I watch football, when I watch football, I was looking at certain things. I was looking at certain guys, and then on the replay, I go back and I watch the whole game. Victor Lopez, what's up, man? Um, I go back and watch the whole game again, but in a different aspect of what most everybody has seen it. I had my eye on certain people, and one of them was the one that I'm most doubtful on as far as being with the Raiders is Tyree Wilson. And there's anybody in this chat saying Tyree Wilson did a good job, and get on the chat. I want to hear it, and I want to argue with you because God, this guy is so big, and he's so he's he's a he's a monster out there, man. Something's going on. This guy's a monster out there, and I didn't see nothing for the guy. And it's just like what a doppelganger said. It's just like wasting his opportunity to play football. Like he's not he's not in it. He's not with it. You know, as we heard from this guy, this guy is um he's with Max. He's with doing this. He's doing that, and we don't get the benefits of it or the of anything on the field. So what is this guy really doing? You know, I seen him. I don't know where you get. I don't know where you get that my opinion, that did well. Others say he isn't. He's just all around. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. Is he lazy? Is he does he don't understand the position, or I'm like, he can't wait for the season to start, bro. You know, that's what I'm hearing that. Oh, this was the first game of the preseason. We're making excuses for this dude again, and it's just, when are we gonna stop it? And I don't want you guys to be in here saying, "Oh, Gravy's over here talking this shit again." But this Saturday was facts. Actually, what did he do? He was playing defensive end, and he was. I'll give him this. I'll give him this. He was setting the edge. He was setting the edge. But that's not what we want him to do. We're hearing all, but we're just going to be satisfied with a big, massive human being like that. The dude isn't Cleveland Farrell. He doesn't have the Cleveland Farrell doesn't have the arm length like this guy, the the size of him already, and and I just don't see what benefit is he doing. What he's doing is just taking up space and give somebody else an opportunity. If he doesn't want to get it, or if he does get it, he's worse than Cleveland Farrell in my eyes. Joe Lee said Cleveland Farrell 2.0. That's disrespecting Cleveland Farrell, because Cleveland Farrell, at least we figured out that Cleveland Farrell ended up to be a really good run stuffer. We're making enough is enough with this dude. He's massive. He's this. He's his arm length. His arm length, I watched he doesn't use it. He doesn't use the arm length. That tackle was just sewing him up and had a hold of him and wouldn't let him go. So what benefit are your long arms if you're gonna do that? Let the offensive lineman bring you into him. You're no-win situation. And there wasn't no bull rush. There was a play. There was a play, if you guys could see it. It was they let him go. The tackle went down. The guy that was supposed to they had a guy a smaller guy that went in motion. I think he was maybe a little scat back or wide receiver or something like that. They went in motion. He was by himself, free to rush the passer or stop the run, and they ran the ball. He had an opportunity to blow that dude up, and he hesitated. It's like when he gets close to making a tackle, he slows down, or if he's out the play, he slows down, and then that tackle swung around and knocked him out of the play. Here we go. Here we go. John Seven Studios, 24-year-old second year player, first preseason game. What exactly are we expecting to see? Better than that. Better than that. And you forgot to mention he was a number one pick, seventh overall. Do you think that somebody that's in that realm of getting picked should be doing something, dominating that position? I think so. Yo, you could call me crazy. A lot of people do, but I don't know. I don't see him blossoming in any way when we talked this guy up so much, and now we're just making excuses for him. And Michael, this ain't Bayless, bro. You gotta feel the same way, bro. You have to. This is his opportunity to shine, to back up from last year, to get out of those last couple of games. I'll give you that. But this is what I expected. He doesn't have the drive, or somebody needs to slap the shit out of him and say, "Hey, bro, this is NFL, man. You can't go out here and outwork these dudes. It ain't gonna happen. This isn't college no more, where you were the man, and nobody could do anything to you. It's not that way in the pros anymore, bro." Victor Lopez says, "I'm just answering some questions. I'm gonna tell you guys what's up. SoCal Sal, what's up, bro? Top 10 draft pick. He better be Miles Garrett. He ain't even Arden Key. This dude ain't good. Not a good pass rusher." So, and that I'm not the only one. I'm glad I'm not the only one that feels that way, Victor. Yes, my opinion. This season will tell, but he's not getting off to a good start. All this all this shit that we gave this dude, putting him next to Max, putting him next to Wilkins, and then mentoring him, it just went to shit out the window in one game. To me, because he didn't show none of that. He didn't show none of that. What they do. If he's like Max, how come he ain't blowing the dude over, trying to get outside, trying to do a move? No moves, just running into a tackle and getting sucked into the tackle to where he has the leverage, and they just throw your ass away when the play's behind you. And that's not nothing you can work on overnight, or a preseason game, and all of a sudden hit the switch, because you hit the switch when the season starts, and then you lead up to that. You show signs of that when the season starts, game one, and then that produces sacks. That produce defensive. They let him go. Look at the play. I think it's the second series they have the ball, or McCarthy was in there. That little run, it was before the long run, way before that. But a guy goes in motion from top to bottom, and he has a free shot at the running back, and or he could he if he was just have a little bit of drive, he probably would have did something with the handoff. It's just amazing for me how people are sitting here, um protecting this guy when we gotta be concerned about this guy, because he was picked very high. And I'll trade him. We could trade him and all this stuff. It ain't gonna happen. But that's my rant. I still got more to do. I hope Gabe. I hope Gabe gets on. Oh. Well, look at here. He's only 20 minutes late. It's all right. What up, my boy?
Yeah. What's cracking, though? Chilling.
Man, you look big right here. Hold on. Let me work this out. There.
Pause.
Now my mic messes up when you can.
Oh, it's cracking. Now I can hear you. I can hear you.
You
What's
got me. All
cracking?
right.
Already. Yeah, I got you. What's cracking? What's everybody
Well,
doing? What's
I
how?
don't know. Say what's up, Gay.
Just chilling. You know what I mean? Just say everybody. You know what I mean? Everybody in the chat. You know what I mean? What up? What up? What up? You know what's up, nation? What up, nation? We got. Let's see. We got people saying what's up right now. So we got Tubi. We got Tubby. We got Omar. My opinion was cracking, man. All eyes on G. What's up, AP? What's up, AP? DDT.
Yeah, that's the one with the wasted thing on
My
it.
2 cents.
But
Yeah. So
I
in the
did all
building,
that,
pyro.
Gabe. I did all that earlier. Low made sure that I acknowledged the chat right off the bat, bro. That's the essence of Low.
Yeah, I
The
know. I got
essence
it.
of
You
Low of the
feel it?
chat.
You feel it?
Yeah. But I'm gonna tell you what, man. I went on a little 20-minute rant about this Tyree Wilson. Did you watch the game again? You stuck, Gabe. Gabe stuck. Or is it just on my end? You froze, Gabe. I don't know if he can hear me either. But anyway, we'll see if he comes back. He's probably talking his ass off right now and he's frozen. But what? I'm gonna stick with this subject. I'm gonna stick with this subject just a little bit more, just to hear what you guys are saying. I think it's Low trying to sabotage the show because we bang when me and Gabe's on here, and then we really bang when we got the Triple G show. It's a double G show. You're right because he needs to step up, man. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of these uh excuses. You good, bro? You froze up a little
Yeah.
bit over there.
There it is. Yeah, I know. I fucking think my Wi-Fi. I think somebody disconnected it, but I'm running off my fucking little hotspot right now for my phone, so it's cool.
It's the fucking earthquakes, bro.
No, somebody just my girl is fucking cleaning right there, like in the living room, and she fucking disconnected. She came outside right now. She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I disconnected the fucking Wi-Fi." So like, damn it.
Uh,
It's all right though.
TJL. I'm on Team Gravy. There you go. Finally got somebody. But did you watch the game again, Gabe? That's what I was. Did you see anything after you watched it on Saturday?
I have not, to be honest. I'm not
Okay.
gonna fucking. I have not. I've watched some breakdowns from like people that are doing the breakdowns and shit like that, but
Mhm.
not too. I didn't watch the actual whole game again. Some of the breakdowns, you could tell people are a little. They have their biases too. You know what I mean when they're breaking it down. So it's like you just. I like the I like watching more of the breakdowns for breaking it down myself. You know what I mean? I'm not even really listening. It's just more of
Yeah,
looking at
that's
it
what.
more in slow motion, looking at more like in slow motion to see what actually happened during the play and stuff like that. But as far as some people have, so it's just but as far as the quarterbacks, I like how they perform. You know what I mean? I wouldn't put.
Well, hold
I
up,
like
hold
what
up,
I like.
Gabe. Hold up, Gabe. We haven't
Go ahead, go
got
ahead,
the
go ahead.
quarterbacks yet. We haven't got. We were
No,
talking
no, no.
about Mr.
That's what I'm saying. As far as quarterbacks, I like what they did, but I would say the defense. I like what Max said today. You know what I mean? I know that they're not pleased with their performance and shit like that. So they're looking to get they're anxious. You know what I mean to go get back at it. You know what I mean? This Saturday, hopefully that's the case because I've been one of the ones hyping up this defense, kind of all off season. So it's like, that was kind of I like that we, the red zone, the red zone stop. I like that, the interception from our first team and
What
shit like
up,
that. But
Bobby?
it's just we have to be more consistent because that depth, like actually looking at it now, like and when if guys keep playing like that, the depth can go from what we were thinking that maybe are because the talk of the rookies being good and stuff like that. So it's like when you get that talk, you feel like the depth could be a little bit deeper. So, but when you get the
As
performance
far
that you
as
get on
far as what
Saturday,
dev, as far as what dev, bro. As far as
I'm talking about
what
like
deep,
secondary.
okay.
Secondary with like Devin Shire and like Richardson and stuff like that, to where what I mean. If any of the starters could go down, we could see those type of guys struggle. You know what I mean? So it's like you want to see them perform better this week. It is only 1 week, so I just want to. I can't wait till this week. So hopefully they all, they all they'll take it personal. You know what I mean, and show up this week and really, show the rest of the league that this defense ain't nothing to play with, because that Saturday performance was not it.
Well, tell me this: does Tyree Wilson like getting shit on, or is he just not a good player, or are we
I
gonna make an
mean,
excuse for him?
he
Are
played
we gonna
like
make
shit.
another excuse?
I would say he played like shit. I say everybody but fucking. I would say Wilkerson played like shit from the defense line, because even Max, he didn't get no pressure either. I mean, nobody. You know what I mean? Nobody got pressure on Saturday, so they all look like shit. I mean, and it's disappointing because you have Tyree in there for playing against second and then third stringers even, and he's still yeah, he got close, but that's not what you want to see against second and third stringers. You know what I mean? You want hands on the ball. You know what I mean? Or hands on the, at least getting your hands on the quarterback. Even if it's a millisecond later or whatever, but you want the quarterback to be able to feel him at, and it's just close ain't gonna do it. You know what I mean? So I just say the whole defensive line needs to step up. I would say the only one that played good was
I
Wilkins,
I I
not
understand
Wilkerson,
what
because Wilkerson
I,
sucked too.
I understand what Omar was saying right now. That the Graham did throw all of his tricks out there. Then
True, true.
blitz. We were basically in zone, and people have their expectations about this defense. And then the worst thing to do is show your full blown out defense with all the cuts and trims and all that with in the first preseason game. That's not very smart. And I know Graham is smarter than that, and AP too, and the coaches that they have telling them shit. But athletically and physically, what I seen from Tyree, it just wasn't boiling down to like, hey, he didn't get enough stamps. He he didn't he just didn't perform, bro. And then he's healthy now, and then I'm just waiting to hear, oh, give him another game, give him another this. I'm
No,
done
he
with
played
that,
like
bro.
shit. He played like shit. They all played like shit.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm saying. That's why I'm not even gonna just get on him. They all played like
But
shit. They all gotta
but
step it up.
you see, but the thing is, they gave that I could say that these guys knew what the game plan was for Minnesota. You know what I mean? They knew that. So you're not going to come out straight zone with no blitz and no moves, no pre and things like that. You know what I mean? They knew that. So that's why we didn't see them really, really, really under fire. But the only thing that really concerned me with that was the run, because they got to block you to open up holes for the run. So the defensive line did concern me in a way, but I think that could be straightened out because those guys are smart. But when I look at this guy, and it's like, Gabe, I want him to do well, man, but I sit there, it's hard, bro. It's fucking hard. He just he has these lapses in the game to where like he doesn't look inspired. Like he doesn't look like he wants to get there, but he just can't because I mean he's slow or he's dead. I don't know, man, but I give you this: his get off was better.
Yeah.
His get off was better, but he was running right into tackles instead of arm whipping them or getting his shoulder lower. Getting lower than them. That might be difficult for him because he's a big guy, but it's other guys do that. You know, but it's just gosh, man, I would hate to. I just keep saying over and over and over again. And people want to say, "Oh, it's his first preseason, legit first off season." It is, it is. It's his first off season. Okay, so do you think that they're slowly moving this guy along, Gabe, or do you think they expect him to fire it out like a cannon and try to take this job from Kuntz? He's in competition with Kuntz, and I think Kuntz got him by a freaking mile. Even the backup, even the other guy. It's just uninspired football. I hate that. And then that's what it
I
looked
don't
like.
know. I didn't see nobody. I wouldn't single him out for on Saturday. That's all I would say. Cause they all played like shit. That's what I'm saying. Like I understand that we want to see more things out of him, but shit. They all played like motherfucking shit, bro. Like that run game on the like on us that like it was just the yards that they got in that first when wasn't even on the field. They were getting chunk yards. You know what I mean? When he wasn't even on the field, they were getting chunk yards and chunk yards. Like, that's what I'm saying. The only one that got a pressure on the quarterback that I can remember is Wilkins. Only one. And then I think one time Janoris the second this he had like a couple of plays where he kind of did good in the second half, like straight out of the second half, but then he started kind of giving up plays to his side too. But I'm just man, I don't know. I would say with the added pressure from this week, it's gonna be a big weekend to see. I think the whole line perform and double on Tyree because your ass is gonna have to go out there and show. You know what I mean? Obviously, none of this will matter if he goes out there in the season and he performs. Like obviously that's the thing, but it's not going to be that easy for him to just be, you know what I mean? Because at his point of his game where he has to pretty much be winning every rep, you know what I mean, at this point because he has to gain that confidence that he could do it. You know what I mean? That he could keep doing it. And when he's not doing it, you know what I mean? That shit's just gonna break your confidence. You're gonna feel like you can't do it. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Especially if it's just he needs to show up this weekend, bro. Like I wouldn't put it much on more of the other defensive linemen because I feel like they're veterans. I feel like they're gonna be able to do what they do, like Jenkins and all of those guys. I feel like they're gonna be able to do it. Like Adam Butler was another disappointment last week too. Like he's a guy that I've been hyping up all week, and dude was getting pushed back. You know what I mean? So that's another guy that I want to see, do better because those guys are going to be playing next to Wilkins. You know what I mean? And Jenkins is an older dude. You know what I mean? So you're gonna have to hopefully, a guy like Byron Young or a guy like Nesta Jade can possibly, kind of step up too. Nesta Jade had a play here and there too on Saturday too, but it's just nobody on that defensive line jumped off the screen for me. Nobody, not Max, not nobody. You know what I mean? So it's just like I just this week needs to be a big week, especially for the second unit because they look like shit.
I seen Amari Burney with this one play he did, bro. That's big ups to Gabe, man. Amari
I think
Burney
he's
went
the
on a
only one
run.
that had I think he's the only one that had like a tackle for loss.
Oh, he had a good play hitting the quarterback and made the quarterback be under duress too. So
Yeah.
I think it was Bernie. I know it said Bernie in the back of his jersey. There ain't another Bernie on our team, but he flew right up the middle. Now I
Like I
know
like
I know that. Go
our
ahead.
starting secondary. You know what I mean? I like Jack Jones, even though they did give up a couple of plays in the beginning too, but you seen them tighten up in the red zone. Like I said, the starting
Mhm.
corners. You seen them start. They're starting DBs. You seen Morig. Morig was all over the field. That's a guy, another guy on defense that he was one guy that came out ready. Like Morig came out on Saturday, like it, almost like if it was a fucking regular season game. Like you seen him get like 4 tackles on the first drive, 4 or 5 tackles on the first drive. Like that dude, he looks like he's gonna have a. I think he's gonna have a big year this year. But I like our first, our first set of like DBs and shit like that. But I even like our, you know what I mean, the Palomaus and Chris Smith. I didn't see much out of him, but yeah, the rookie guys and face on and stuff like that. Those guys are going to be something to look out for because yeah, those the depth that I thought that we might have had like that Saturday was an eye opener. So hopefully they can make up for that shit this Saturday.
It's different. It's different when you see him out there against another different color team. You know what I mean? So,
Mhm.
and just like you know, we were hearing bullshit about our offense all camp, and then I didn't see no.
But oh yeah,
I
that's
thought
one thing. Thank you for
I thought
reminding me
both
about that.
quarterbacks. I thought both quarterbacks played well. I
Before
thought
I even
both
forget,
quarterbacks played well.
like you think that this is why I don't have a lot of worry with the defense, even though they did play like that, and that's why I think they are going to rebound this Saturday because
Mhm.
you did hear that in camp. You did hear that in camp that the quarterbacks were really struggling. Remember, like every day, they couldn't win a day. They this and that. Like so, that defense was doing something to those quarterbacks. You know what I mean? And then for those quarterbacks to come out and look like that, that's why I can really believe that. You know what I mean? That the defense was not showing everything out there on Saturday. You know what I mean? So it's like obviously the second guys the guys that are fighting for spots, the guys that are like Tyree and shit like that, those guys don't have nothing to lean back on. Like those, I'm not giving them any excuses. I'm talking about the first team guys out there that were giving up yards and then kind of tightened up in the red zone, and they came out in that second drive and got a pick when they needed to tighten up and got it because you know what I mean. They obviously they looked embarrassed from that first drive when they gave up those yards. So that's why I'm saying like they had to have been doing something really good in this camp to make that offense to so us to hear that news every day coming out of camp. You know what I mean? Like that the offense wasn't good. That the offense wasn't good again. The offense wasn't good again. So that's why I'm saying the defense. I don't worry about the defense. I think that they are going to still be good. I just think that it was a first type of thing. They're probably just getting that the dust kind of dusted off. But I like the way that they I would say that they responded to that opening drive when what's his name was taking it down the field. You know what I mean? Like because they could have just let once they got into that red zone on first down, they could have just easily just gave up a touchdown. You know what I mean? And just been like, you know what, this is the first drive. Let's get another fucking fresh drive so we can get this defense going. But I still believe in this defense.
I'm not doubting the defense either. Is that the only thing that concerns me is how they ran the ball against him.
Yeah, because I'm
But
just saying,
I was
one there's something it's something that this defense did to make these quarterbacks look supposedly bad all camp. You know what I mean?
they had their moment. They had good moments more than bad. You know, if you want to base Minshew's whole second half to the ball he threw to the tight end and he got smacked, that then you don't know football. But and then the one thing that irks me the most is that people are saying, well, Aiden only had one drive and Aiden only had one series. He had a whole half. The drive just took that long. It was a minute 20 something until the second half when Minshew went in there. So they did what they did. He had his half. His drive took a long time. We went into the red zone, didn't score, but when Mitchell got the ball, he went his 4 drives were, and he had 2 turnovers, I believe. He had a turnover for a drive. He was in the second. It was in the second quarter, so he gets that drive. That's the way football works. Aiden's drive was very good. I liked it. That's the way I like to play football. Grind
Yeah.
it, get it, but you got to score in the red zone. Why waste all that energy just to get a field goal? You know, sometimes it'll benefit you to win a game or something, but Minshew got the ball with a minute 27 left in the first quarter, and went into the second half with the kickoff and all that other shit. So he got his opportunity and he had 4 drives. That doesn't mean that Aiden didn't get a chance or Minshew got too much of a chance. It's the same. Minshew didn't have a long scoring drive like that, but
Like, what do you
Minshew
think?
scored touchdown.
What do you think when people
Minshew was
say? What do you think when people say that the one drive is kind of like? Because that's what they do when they like when it's one drive. Like, I get it. You know what I mean? If you know that that's you're gonna be your starting quarterback, you're cool with one drive. You know what I mean? So because that's usually what happens. You know what I mean? That's usually what happens with any quarterback that usually comes out of preseason. They're there for one drive. You know what I mean? The starters usually out there for one drive, and that's it. So that was the talent thing because he could have went out there for maybe another series. You know what I mean? Maybe went into the second quarter, but he still would have had it. So it's just like, what do you think when they say like, damn, it's because I think it was Omar that said it on Sunday, like that could be like a telling tale type thing where one quarter. I mean, they only gave him one drive. You know what I mean? Is that because they believe he's the starter?
No, that's because his drive took fucking 8 minutes or 6 minutes. That's the reason why. They both got an equal quarter, Gabe. Minnesota had the ball. Minnesota had the ball first. Then O'Connell got it. Took almost that whole. And Minnesota had a long. It was just a bad situation for O'Connell because Minnesota had a
Because what
long
I
drive
mean is
too.
like the only reason I say that because you know how you said there was still like a minute left, right? When Minshew had the ball in
Yeah.
the first quarter. That's what I'm saying. He still was able to come in the first quarter and then play the whole second quarter. You know what I mean? So it's like what and AP never really said it was gonna be a quarter for each thing. He said a legit quarter for for a quarterback. So if it would like leak into the second quarter or whatever, you would think that would probably be part of their quarter because it's like he was
Well,
still
he
had
had to
time
wait.
to maybe start a
Yeah, he had
drive.
to wait. He
So
had to
that's why I'm
wait.
saying that's the only reason I say. But like,
He had to
but
wait
hey,
for Minnesota was getting the ball. Minnesota was getting the ball, and God knows if they would have had the
yeah, I
ball
do
for
think that
another
it
whole.
was. I do think it was more of a quarter and a quarter, and Minshew just got the good roll of the dice. You know what I mean? They just were able to have more possessions in that quarter. You know what I mean?
Minshew scored
Unfortunately,
quicker.
yeah.
Minshew scored quicker, and then I think the whole thing that Getsy wanted to do in my eyes, he wanted to see if we could chuck the ball. He wanted to see if we could throw it because they
I would
must
say the
feel
two
really good
things
about. Yeah.
that I didn't like about Minshew are obviously the one throw to the tight end. But I
Hmm.
mean, yeah, I think you'll get that shit corrected. You know what I mean? That shit was not. He's not known for that type of stuff. But the one thing I will say is that when you get a blocked field goal and you have the ball in the other person's territory, that's another thing to where we gotta say, why the fuck are we settling for 3 points there? You know what I mean? He didn't even move the ball. You know what I mean? So that was an ugly, ugly drive. You know what I mean? There was no reason why, because they were even still able to get the ball back after that. You know what I mean? And still have some time to even get those 3 back. You know what I mean? They didn't, but you know what I mean? It's just like they were able to because they basically went 3 and out, and it was a quick field goal. And luckily that we have Carlson who kicked the 55 yarder because in other situations you're punting that ball. You know what I mean? You're pooch
Yeah.
punting that ball because not many kickers can make that kick. So it's just like we're lucky we have Carlson, but that drive I would say I didn't like that drive at all. That drive was bad for sure.
When he kicked the field goal.
Yeah, the last one.
Yeah,
Because
last
when we
one.
got the
I
when
didn't
we
like.
got the block field goal, when we got the block field goal, was basically a turnover. You know what I mean? So
You
you get
should have
that
took
ball
advantage of
in
that.
plus yardage. You know what I mean? So it's like that was a bad drive for sure.
I thought both of them they threw the ball well. You know, Aiden had his overthrows and underthrows and misreads. Early he threw a ball to um I believe it was the what was that Wilkerson.
Yeah, Wilkerson did not make the right move, dog. What the
Same
fuck was he
play,
doing?
same play. He just should have did what Myers
Exactly.
did.
No, I think he
What,
tried to do what Myers did, but
but he
instead
went
of doing
inside.
yeah, he should have instead of trying to like fake inside and go outside, which he did, but he faked inside and went outside and went right into the defender. Like you had that angle to go inside right away. You were going to get the first down that way. You know what I mean? Like maybe you
And
wouldn't have broke
Tucker
for a
had
lot of
that block.
yards, but you would have got the first down if you would have took that angle. You know what I mean? You ran back into the tackle. You ran yourself back into the tackle. So it's like that was a bad play by Wilkerson for sure.
That was a good tackle by that Minnesota guy. You know,
Yeah,
usually you get shook right there because Tucker had that block. Tucker had both those blocks. He gained yards off Myers, almost got a first down with the one he threw to Myers, but Myers did the wrong. Myers did the right yak yards because he got it behind the line of scrimmage, but he got more. I think he got about nine and a half yards or something like that. It was real good. It was a good play. Then when they went back to it, Wilkerson he did the wrong
the
thing, and
wrong
then
move.
and then I give credit to
The tackle.
Turner for blocking downfield because
Oh
there
yeah,
was
yeah.
no but if Wilkerson I don't know how fast Wilkerson is, but if he would have broke loose from that, you know those block downfields matter when you do little wide receiver screens like that. It didn't look like really like a screen, it looked more like a pick, kind of like a pick where the safety has to cover you, get him out the way, and it's you and you. It's the receiver against the corner who could tackle and who could run. So I like the opportunity of the wide receiver though. I run those a lot. I run those if I was to do that. I would do a lot of those, and it
I think
works.
Wilkerson might have dropped
It
himself on the
works.
depth chart. That one.
I think one play really. I didn't see him catch anything else. Did he? That might have been his only shot,
That's what
maybe.
I'm saying. Like because after that you got DJ Turner making a big catch for a touchdown.
Yeah.
And then you got Tucker, who had a good game. You know what I mean? You got Bowers, who's going to be that weapon. You got Jacoby. You got Devontae. So it's going to be tough for Wilkerson to get on the field.
Having Devontae back, I think will be better for both of them. But you didn't really then see. You seen. You know, Minshew with that Tucker made a awesome diving catch. That deep one that he got where he dove for it. That was a good throw. There was a couple more I know he wished he had back, but it was just the end zone plays that that Aiden went to. He went to two like you knew that DA would be behind those receiving plays. And why is he throwing them to Tucker? He's smaller. He's not as physical. He's just fast. You know what I mean? And it doesn't matter how fast you get to that corner. It's as if you could get the 50-50 ball, jump and get it. You know what I mean? And that's what DA does. I would have got someone bigger to do that, or maybe Jacoby or somebody, but they got to keep it honest with that defense. So I wouldn't keep it honest, but it looks like that's what he was doing. That's why we didn't get no points. And then he got the sack. Pete Pete just got demolished. I seen Pete get demolished twice.
Yeah.
He
And I
couldn't.
seen,
He,
I think I seen
that
it
guy's
was
a
was it Sanjit? I think it was Sanjit, dog. But shout out Sanjit with the work he does for the Raider Nation and all that shit. But dude has a big time offensive line bias for sure.
mm,
Like for to say that was Getsy and Aiden's fault that play, dog, and only like partial like blame on Pete. That's crazy to me.
The only thing, knowing football, and I don't know
I would say the
if he
second
played.
that was more of a thing on Getsy than that actual play call, but
Yeah, I wouldn't have did it twice. You don't do it twice, especially when the guy you want to throw it to is not there. But I would have gave the first one where he didn't get home. And that guy was the rookie, that Dallas Turner that they picked from Alabama. That's who Pete was going against. This guy's like 20 years younger. You know what I mean? He's fast. He's like what we think about Tyree, but he's doing things. So he
yeah, I don't get
he
how that's on the QB though.
he gets the wide angle that comes back in. You know what I mean? And Pete can't do that right now. So
Yeah, like,
and
and I see
it
Night
just
Owl. I think Night Owl was it. Um, I would have to disagree with that one for sure, dog. Just because Thayer was probably our most fucking solid offensive lineman out there. To be
yeah.
honest, like I like
I think
Thayer.
I didn't hear much from Parham messing up. That right side is
I
is
think no, I
cool.
did it. I didn't see from Parham. I think maybe he got a little bit of pressure, but as soon as he was able to anchor down, he was able to like you would obviously the ideal thing is for them not to get any ground, to them gain any ground. But if a defensive lineman, you're not gonna win every rep, off the ball. But as long as you can hold your ground and they don't get no hands on the quarterback, that's a one rep. You won that rep. You know what I mean? If they don't get their hands in the air to knock the ball down, or if they don't get their hands in the or they're not in the way of the step up for the quarterback, like that's a win overall for the offensive lineman. You know what I mean? So it's like, and Thayer was meeting guys out in space. You know what I mean? When they were running the ball, like you could tell he's getting out of his fucking stance, and he's getting out to the defensive end, even if they're lining up wide. So I like Thayer, man. I like Thayer's. He's gonna be a very good, on that right side, and it's not bad to have, what I mean. And I will say that, what I mean. I'm liking more and more, DJ Glaze, man. DJ Glaze is looking good. So like, if even if that is not like, if Thayer Mumford, I'm telling you this, he's gonna be solid enough to be here for at least a year or two, dog, to where he's gonna be able to give time to like a DJ Glaze to get that, you know what I mean? Like, to where a lot of guys, like we say, you want guys to perform, and because the ideal thing is for everybody to come in here and learn off of somebody that's good, or learn, or you know what I mean, and you can sit for 2 years and actually learn the game, which I think that's going to be the situation that that maybe Glaze could be in. You know what I mean? With especially because I think Colton's going to come back and have a good year. He can learn definitely a lot off of Colton, you know what I mean? Because he's been an all pro in this league, and a pro bowler. And then he can learn from Thayer too, dog, because Thayer's a 7th round pick who has made himself a starter, dog, like worked his way up to being a legit starter on this team.
That's hard work. That's hard work. With the defensive ends that we got facing them dudes for every day for 2 years,
I
that's a
like
great
Thayer.
job by Mumford. I like there Mumford also. Parham's doing Parham was doing his shit. You just seen him running to the right, running to the right, off, up to the two hole
Cody
or off
Whitehair and
tackle.
Pete.
Hmm. Yeah,
I
they
think
never
the
ran
only
to the left side.
I would say that's probably going to be the biggest question mark for me going into the offensive line is probably going to be, for me, it's going to be Whitehair, for the simple fact that I believe in what AP has been telling us, because I haven't heard him really lie to us at all, and they say Colton's really close to coming back. He should be back at practice next week. You know what I mean? So I think Colton's going to be there, but there's no way Jackson Power Johnson is going to be the starter
He's
day
not gonna
one.
move in the starter. No, he's not gonna
He's
move
not
in.
moving. He's not going to be the starter day one, dog. And it's just like that's. Hopefully, he could get. You know, he could get his feet wet quick. You know what I mean? And he can learn it. You know, on the fly, and so to where he's in there by game 3, game 4. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's but like hopefully he's not thrown in there because of an injury or something like that, but just because he's outperforming and he's actually showing what the reason why we picked him, you know, in the second round. You know what I mean? That's why he's, you know, that hopefully he's showing that in practice, and that's the reason why he takes the spot from Cody Whitehair, because I don't want to hear that Cody Whitehair is, you know, just that bad and our only option is to go Jackson Powers Johnson because you know he is just Whitehair's being that bad. You know what I mean? But
He didn't play. He didn't play bad this game. I don't
I
think he
think
did.
Colton being next to him is also going to help Whitehair.
Yeah, yeah. He's gonna have JBJ too, big time. He needs his help. Um, a couple more shots on what's up, Myra. What's up? Thank you for being around. Vic Sacramento. What's up? SoCal Sal.
I
Rokeem
mean,
Raider. What's up?
what
What's up,
what
Jack
what
Kenna?
Jonathan Calleros, shout out. I mean, I think that's a new name too. But Jonathan, that's not a bad. I wouldn't say that that's a bad because I know that he has experience at guard too, Pete. You know what I mean?
Was it?
And his slow feet on the outside is why he got beat. You know what I mean? So that probably would be better suited for him in the inside. But I mean, there's a reason why. I mean, hopefully they can move him back inside. Hopefully we could see what he could be on the inside when Colton comes back next week. You know what I mean? Hopefully they could at least, you know, try him out there. You know what I mean? For a couple of, you know, plays with Colton out there to see if he's even better than Whitehair on the inside. You know what I mean? Because maybe that's better suited for a Pete. You know what I mean? Because an older guy like that, maybe he's not as he's just light footed anymore to where you maybe moving them inside to where it's not as bad because you're not going up against those fast ass defensive linemen that are, you know, lining up outside and they're just beating you. You know what I mean? So hopefully, you know, they move back to, you know, move Pete back to the inside and that's where he can shine.
They don't go outside. They're on. They're beyond the hash marks now, Gabe. That's where these guys are getting off. They're so wide
That's what I'm
now,
saying.
bro.
And Pete is
They're so
too
wide.
heavy
They look
footed
like
right
they're
now.
covering a slot back. They're so wide, getting that leverage.
And you can tell Pete is too heavy footed right now. Like he's
Mhm.
just like a little older. He's not getting quite out there. Like I know it's the first game and like that too. So I don't want to put too much on it too. Like it's because I'm not gonna be that hard on him and not on everybody else. You know what I mean? So it's like it goes the same for everybody. Everybody has to perform in the second game, but I will say those are him and Tyree were the biggest disappointments for maybe for me in this weekend, just because I expected more out of Tyree just because I was hyping him up
Mhm.
and he was going up against second and third team. Obviously, I'm not going to single him out from the defensive line because everybody played like shit. But I wanted him. I wanted specifically for him to shine because he was going to be going up against those second and third team guys. And
And he did.
yeah,
And he
yeah,
did.
you did look better than last year or whatever. You look a little tad bit faster. You look just as strong. But as far as like still not being able to use your hands right or shed the block, that's just that's going to have to come really quick, bro. Because
The bigger,
uh,
bigger, stronger, faster, clean and feral. Miguel Ramirez, what's up? Edgar Bonilla, Ryan Lyon, what's going on, man? He had. I hope Devontae doesn't play in the preseason. I think it would be unfair for Minshew to have that advantage in the QB race. That might be a statement. Do you think that which quarterback you think will blossom with DA in there, Gabe? Better, more. Just as an assumption.
ooh,
I
for
think they
me,
both will. I think they both will tell the truth.
to be honest, I think they're both gonna be look. I To be honest, I think he's gonna ball more with Minshew. You want to know why? Not
Mhm.
because,
Tell me,
not
brother.
because I think it's Minshew is like and I still think it's neck and neck in the quarterback race. But the reason why I think a DA would work better with Minshew is because the chemistry that AOC already has with Jacoby.
Mhm.
Like you could tell, like that's his favorite target. That's AOC's favorite target, dog. Like as much as DA is better and Jacoby's a hell of a player, DA is levels above him. But as far as when you see AOC, that's his favorite target, and that's why I think DA would do better under Minshew.
And there is nothing wrong with that. I don't Jacoby. I said, bro. I said Jacoby Myers gonna have all pro year this year. You remember me saying that? Because the
Yeah,
rapport that he had with Aiden from the get go, that he has a rapport. He has this something with Jacoby Myers that he just throws the ball perfect to him. And the thing I want to see more from Aiden or from both these guys is I want to see him like Bowers. When he was throwing to Bowers, it was great to see that this kid played finally. The, I want to see him. Bowers, his completions were long yardage completions. They were first downs, which is good anytime. But on the run, bro, catch it while you're in motion. That's where that kid explodes, and I think that's where our receivers will explode from, is to get it right there. They have to reach back. They have to, somewhat kind of slow down and stop for all these balls that both these quarterbacks are throwing them. It's not just one or the other. Both of them are throwing them like this. They could just hit it on stride, man.
and
I don't care who you throw out there. Both of them could just
Wednesday
get that
tomorrow.
with it. Like
It's
Bowers
already
would have been
Wednesday.
still, he still would have been running right now for two. He would have had
Yeah,
two touchdowns. We threw it
yeah.
ahead of him a little bit.
It's Wednesday tomorrow already, dog. So and we got a short week again. Well, it's not a short week because we played on Saturday, but as far as there's only what two more days of practice, and then we travel. Right, travel days on Friday, and most likely, back home. Oh no, we're already home. So most likely we'll probably practice. We'll do
Got
a
two
walkthrough
games
on
already.
Friday. Probably do a walkthrough on Friday. You know what I mean? And then play Saturday. But as far as these next 2 days, Wednesday and Thursday, they're big practices, bro. Because who's gonna get the start really? And it looks like I don't know,
Jonathan, what's
man.
up?
As far as if I think if you're going to be if I want to be 100, I just say I would give the starting this weekend to do the battery evaluation. I would go the opposite way now. I would go start with Minshew and go second quarter with AOC, or if it's going to be a little bit more of a game, but if it's going to be a little bit more, if they're going to play deeper into the game a little bit more, then go start with Minshew, and then then you go to AOC, because I just think that as much as as I want to say that I love the drive from 92, it's still it's still 3 points. As much as like I know it's a team game, and I was I was hyping that on Sunday, saying that it was a lot of things that had to kind of play into that whole situation, to where for the mindset was going for it on fourth, even for it was going to be a four down, you know what I mean, goal, a goal line attempt for a touchdown, you know what I mean. So I just think that the second down play, the mix up, and then the sack, of course, which we've been harping on that, but
Killed us. He killed us.
killed us and put us out of to even try to go for it on fourth down. And that right there is that's the last impression you get from AOC, because that was his last snap. You know what I mean? And then you get 17 points from Minshew. That's why I say, if anything, I would start Minshew this game. But give them both. Still give them both equal amount of I guess drives, but I would give Minshew to start this game.
The thing is too, Gabe, is that maybe that, and I
And maybe
haven't brought
AOC
this
plays
up.
better for that. And maybe AOC plays better for that and shows,
Yeah.
look, you know what I mean? You gave me the same amount of drives. It don't matter if I'm playing with the twos. Look at this is what I'm about. And he could go out there and show. You know what I mean? But I would just flip flop the starters. That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah, that's what they said they're gonna do. But maybe they said like this, Gabe. Maybe they said, you know what, you know what, AOC, that was a complete drive. We did score. We got points out of it.
Yeah.
It's just, I like the way you game managed it. I like the way you did this and that. There was nothing wrong with that. But maybe that was it. He's all right. There's a minute left. You're done. Maybe they're just happy with that. Maybe that was the icing on the cake, that drive. But I want to see more. I'm sure AP didn't just say that, but just that for that game, he said, that's it.
I just like though, like, don't get me wrong. I do. I was one of the persons that agreed with you and like kind of brought that shit up myself too, where I like that style of play that Gardner. I mean that AOC went out there, methodically went down the field and shit like that. But sometimes it takes that reminds you a little bit of the like the McDaniels type of offense. Not, of course, with other moving parts. You know what I mean? Especially, you know what I mean, and just the respect factor for the head coach and just like everything that's just different. But I'm just saying, like, remember when we were talking about with those type of play calls and with AOC, sometimes you have to be perfect in those drives because all it takes is a mix up of plays like that. You know what I mean? A first and a second down that, on first down, you get a minus play running the ball, and then you get a penalty on second down, and then your drive is over. No matter if you got 3 or 4 first downs. You know what I mean? So like sometimes it takes, and that's why, and you see this a lot of the times with the naming of starting quarterbacks. A lot of the time, what was the difference? Is that he has the explosive ability. You know what I mean? And you've seen that out of Gardner. You know what I mean? As much as I want AOC to be the starter, you've seen that out of Gardner with the big play ability. You know what I mean? And especially with his feet. But it's gonna be interesting on Saturday, to say the least.
D Mokes, what's up, man? He has a good. I think the staff knows who their starter is gonna be. They just want to give Minshew a chance to prove different. Now we know who your starter is. He's gonna have to play like Pat Mahomes to get the starting job. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. There's a lot of in the chat game. There's a lot of people saying Minshew,
AOC.
Minshew.
Oh,
So
Mitchell's a dog.
maybe they
I mean, I want AOC to start, like, to be honest, because that's, to me, like I've been saying all offseason, I
seen the
think
game.
that's just the best case scenario for me because of his, that will allow us, if we actually hit on that draft pick, regardless of who picked him, you know what I mean? If it was fucking what's his name, but he's here now and he's under that rookie contract, so that would be very beneficial for the next coming years. You know what I mean? That's why I'm saying that would be the best case scenario. But I don't give a fuck if Minshew goes out there and does play like Pat Mahomes and does take that job away and does come in here and plays, and we have to give him a little bit more money in 2 years because he is balling out in the next 2 years. So be it. You know what I mean? At the end goal is just to find the best quarterback available for the job. And yeah, as much as it's the best case scenario that it'll be Aiden because of the contract situation, at the end of the day, it's whoever is the best person for the job. And that's how I see it with because we know the Raiders, man. Like, we've been waiting for whoever. So whoever could be that guy is, hey, I know that you're going to get the one thing that you will get if you are that guy, bro. You're going to be loved for years to come. You will be loved by Raider Nation forever if you turn it, whatever one of these two guys. If one of these two guys is that guy, bro, and they turn it around under this regime and they make AP, one of like the smartest, like one of the smartest guys because of the decision and all of that shit. Like, bro,
I
I'm
see it.
telling you, like one of these players can make themselves a legend, bro, a legend. But I mean, obviously, it's gonna take, the playing on the field. It's gonna be the play on the field is gonna do the talking. But one of these guys could really make themselves a legend, bro. I'm talking. I'm telling you. And if so, that's what I'm saying. If it's Minshew, fuck it. I know we only have him for 2-year contract, but in 2 years, if he's balling out and he's shit, you know, fucking, let's say hypothetically he's in the. I'm not even gonna say MVP because people are gonna say I'm talking out of my ass, and okay, and I'm not gonna. That's why I'm not gonna. I'm not even gonna say that. I'm just saying, say he has a solid year to where he's in the conversation at times that, oh shit, you know what I mean? He's close to that MVP race, you know what I mean? To where, like, if he could do that, and we have to pay him 40-50 million dollars in 2 years, I'm all for it. If as long as he becomes the guy, whatever one of these guys becomes the guy.
Joe Milton. Oh my God. You gotta hear this guy's name again, dude. We had like 3 throws and they're comparing him to the what number 3 pick in the draft, beat out Drake May for the start job. No way. No
But
way.
realistically, these guys have their work cut out for him, and the odds are against them for sure. Like that speaks for itself. The odds are for sure stacked up against them. But I'm just saying, like, I've had more confidence in this team to make that happen than any other team in recent history. So that's the reason why. Because I think that there's other parts of this team that are going to help out that quarterback become that guy, even if he's not that guy that I'm speaking about, the next becoming of, you know what I mean, of fucking Abler or whatever. Like, even if he's not that guy, but if he's able to, produce wins and be solid out there and compete for a division and shit like that, like, that's all at the end of the day, that's what we want to do. We want to build a winner, dog, a consistent winner. That's it.
Either way, what you seen, does it look like we have a quarterback for our team that's gonna give us wins than what we predicted? You? I know you're gonna say
Am I
we need another.
confident?
We
Am I
need more
confident
time. We
that
need more time
we could get 9 or 10 wins? If I am I still confident that we could get 9 or 10 wins? Yes,
with both of them. Either one.
either one. I mean, that's what I was saying. That's why I even started off by saying that what they did Saturday did not make me think any less of either one of them. I'm gonna start it off there. What they did Saturday made me think. Obviously, gave me more confidence in both of them, and I just think one of them is gonna really have to take advantage this week for what they do now, because it's really gonna come down. Like, they've already kind of made it clear, like, you know what I mean. So I'm excited for this week, man. It's coming, man. But I do believe that with whatever quarterback that we play with, we can win those games just because of the parts that we have around. And I do
Well,
believe in this defense.
we know that CD most likely won't be there. Um,
Ooh.
I don't know. I don't know. Is CD playing? He's on a. He wants more
Oh
money,
no,
don't he?
he's sitting out. He's sitting out right now.
And I don't know if Dak gonna play, but who we got to worry about? Fat ass
Oh,
Elliott.
no, they have what's his name? Was the second overall pick for the 49ers a couple years ago?
Oh, the quarterback.
Yeah, what's his name? Trey Lance. You gotta go up against Trey Lance, dog. Second round
He
pick.
better
And a
not.
second overall pick.
That dude has never looked good at anything in his life. If he looks good against this defense, oh, Gabe, you got a lot of explaining to do, bro.
Nah, bro. It's just it depends on how what we see out of the defense though too, because like I didn't see nothing special out of the defense to where like you didn't see
That's
any of the
messed
play.
up. Okay.
You didn't even see any of the play calls that you seen late in last year. You know what I mean? Like they didn't even use any of those play calls to where like you seen everything was more like it looked like they were like the defense was playing in the Pro Bowl.
Mm.
Like you know how when they say you can't blitz, you can only it's like it looked like the defense wasn't even trying, but I don't want to give them any excuses. They have to they have to play better because they already Max already put that shit out in the media today with that shit that they were embarrassed that that's not what they want to be doing. So that's supposedly they're gonna get at it this Saturday. So for sure, like when you put something out there like that, so let's make that happen then.
Like, cool, Kev. Don't tweak on my physique, bro. Don't tweak. You ain't never seen me before. Don't tweak.
Yeah, but
I already
I
told
like
you.
JB. I say in our defense, the guys that are gonna probably stand out for me this year are gonna be Trayvon, um, obviously Max, Wilkins, and Jack. Those four guys are gonna be, I think, our four main guys. I would say, like, if you have to have like a little, four guys, whatever. But there's still other guys that are still gonna be way solid, like Epps, like fucking Hobbs, and I mean Jacorian and fucking Spillane and shit like that. Like all of those guys are still gonna
Where's
be,
this pass
you
rush,
know.
dude? Where was this unstoppable pass rush that we were supposed to see? They were in there. They were playing.
Yeah, no, they were all in there. Coons,
He drove down the
Wilkins,
field, bro. He drove down the
fucking
field.
Adam Butler, everybody,
Yeah.
fucking Sam fucking Darnold was driving it down the field. But
Oh, that reminds me too. Did you see Jalen Daniels? Did you
yeah, the
happen
game,
to
no,
see his highlights?
looks good, huh?
Mm. Makes me wonder, brother. We won't be in this fucking predicament like we're in talking 2 hours about our quarterbacks. But we set in stone who's starting, in
Would
my
you
opinion.
so would you have given those picks after seeing what you see in one game? I know it's only one
No,
game, preseason game.
still,
Would you have given
still
away?
no, still no. But if there was any other, if we were in fantasy land and we ended up with Jaden Daniels, that that would be it, bro. We can even keep Peterman. We can even keep Peterman.
Nathan
Because
fucking Peterman, what the fuck are they doing? Do they
go go
just
you
sign him like a joke?
he ain't gonna do
Do they just
better
sign
than Brown did. Brown
They
looked,
just
oh
pre-
my god.
but they've done this plenty of times, dog, and with different regimes already. So like they've done it with Gruden, they've done it with fucking McDaniels. Now they're doing it with AP. Like, do they do it as a troll job?
I think it's Telesco.
Telesco wasn't here before with McDaniels, and then he wasn't here with Gruden.
I know.
Like, and
But
they've had Peterman all three times.
either this guy has a good reputation of being a locker room guy or teaching or something or whatever, or just cool ass dude. Because we know Anthony Brown ain't doing that. And I can't wait fast enough to put that guy on the train back to where he's from because he looked terrible, bro.
Yeah, he
All
did.
these good plays, Anthony Brown, watch out. Watch out, Anthony Brown. And then, ah, but we're talking about the third string quarterback. But what did you think about our running game, Gabe? What I was concerned with
The running
before
game,
I seen, before I seen,
like to be honest,
I
I didn't
think
even see
Deuce
Sincere
is a
McCormick.
monster.
I didn't even see Sincere McCormick.
He had the most
But
yards and most
I know
touches.
he had the most
He had
yards.
the leading rusher.
But
Leading rusher.
I I would say I like the size and pause before I say the rest of it. I like the size that fucking that Zamir put on. You know what I mean? That he got bulkier, fucking, more muscle, you know what I mean? Put on more muscle and shit like that. Pause. Motherfuckers. I know in the chat they're gonna be like, fuck, what the fuck? No, yeah. But I just think that that's going to be a big reason why he's going to be able to carry it 15 to 20 times if they're asked him to. You know what I mean? Like that type of shit's going like and it's going to be needed, I think, in this offense at times. So, I like Alexander Madison coming out of the backfield. I like, Abdullah and all of that shit.
He looked really
But
good. Madison looked good.
Zamir, I like Zamir being that that lead back that's going to get you those tough yards. And he just he looks like he didn't lose a step in speed even after bulking up like that. You know what I mean? So that's what I like. I like my prediction in Zamir for sure breaking 1,000, but yeah, he's gonna have a solid year for us though.
That's giving him a lot, 1,000 yards. But
I mean, I would say I'm not gonna say because he was shit. Like I think he was the betting favorite to lead the league in rushing yards because of the way he ended last year. And I don't know betting that was like he was the betting favorite to lead the league in Vegas. That's weird. That was surprising to me. But you know what I mean. But seeing that, obviously, that because a lot of people know Getsy's kind of scheme that he loves to run the ball. They kind of already heard the philosophy that AP has kind of been preaching. You see the way that ended last year. So you see the potential in him easily getting the 1,000 yards if he's able to, be that guy that runs the ball 15 to 20 times a game. Like that's for sure. He should reach 1,000 yards, no question. If you're getting 15 to 20 touches a game. You know what I mean? So I just will say that I think the other guys are going to be effective too, to where he might get his 1,000, but it won't be a lot more than 1,000. Because the other guys will be effective too.
yeah, I liked what I seen from Zeus and Madison because they switched numbers. Was it
Yeah,
Abdullah 22
Abdullah went to 8
and
because
Madison's? Yeah,
Jacobs is not 8 anymore, and then Madison's 22.
yeah. I thought that was Abdullah running. I said all these people talking
Yeah,
shit
because he
on
has the
Abdullah.
braids and everything too. He has the little braids coming out the back too and
Yeah,
everything. So I thought it was Abdullah too.
yeah. Um,
Yeah,
that
that's
was a
cool.
good note. That was a good note. And
I like that.
I don't understand why we're getting all this. See, DA's not there. Let's go get IU. I heard it today from a
Ayuk's
Raider
going to the
content creator.
Steelers, man. Ayuk's either going to the Steelers or staying with the Niners, bro. That's what's gonna happen with
Ayuk,
Ayuk.
CD Lamb, and you guys are talking about money that DA makes. Even though you trade for IU, you're going to give the 49ers something, but you're still going to have to pay him. And he wants more than what DA gets.
I'm
What
over
did
talking
DA
about
do? What did
fucking
DA do to this
DA
team, bro?
getting traded. I'm
What did
over
he
talking about
do?
DA getting traded because I believe he's not gonna get traded. I believe especially having a new kid in Vegas, he's definitely not leaving Vegas. He ain't leaving no fucking newborn. You know what I mean? He fucking like he that dude's a family man. Like he ain't leaving, week 3, week 4, whatever, and root up his family or have his wife, just have that whole responsibility with all the kids and like that. Like I don't see that in Devontae Adams. Like I don't see him leaving, and I don't see them trading him because they've already probably asked him, and if anything, if there was ever even any talks in it, they're gonna come up to him first because I think he has that respect in that locker room with AP and all of them to where they would ask him first. And obviously, if he would want to, obviously, if he gives it the okay, then yeah. But I just think he's at the point of his career where it's gonna take a lot for him, or the perfect situation for him to even move anywhere. And I really think that there's not that situation right now for him. And like I think he's more inclined to stay in Vegas than anything else.
They said that they gave him 32 million to go to the Jets, and he said no. I would turn that shit down.
Well, he's been offered a couple of teams, and a couple of teams have offered, to trade and give him the money that I guess he wants and shit like that. But he has said no to a couple of teams. A lot of people are saying that maybe because they haven't asked the right team, which the Raiders haven't got themselves involved, and the AP situation, or because the Washington Redskins haven't got themselves involved, Washington fucking Commanders, because of the connection he has with Jaden Daniels. Like they're always on live together and all of that shit. So like you know what I mean. So I think it's I don't know, maybe one of those two teams calls, maybe. Maybe there's talks. I still don't think it's the DA is the reason why. You know what I mean? That would be even a discussion of it. But I just think that it's either for him. I think it's either the right team calls, or he's really looking for San Francisco to give him the money he wants, and San Francisco's
I
not
think
budging on
he's
26.
holding them hostage. And San Francisco will probably get a second round pick, maybe a third
But
round
San
pick for him.
Francisco's not budging on 26, and he wants more than DJ Moore because he had an All Pro season. Fucking Brandon Ayuk was picked All Pro. You know what I mean? So he that's why he's like he wants more than 27 million that DJ Moore got. So that's why he's like that. And I guess the Niners are not budging on 26 right now because they've offered him 26.
Is he really that good?
I mean, he had an All
I
Pro
don't think so.
season, so that's why he has a little bit of leverage right now because of that's his most recent season. You know what I mean? And with all those weapons, he balled out still. You know what I mean? With having McCaffrey, with having Kittle, you know what I mean? All of those guys, so he still
Well,
balled
that
out.
matters, Gabe. That matters, Gabe, because if you go anywhere different than Pittsburgh or something like that, they'll be saying, or the Jets ain't stacked that wide receiver, so they could do that. They need to do that. They got young guys, so you could
Cleveland, I
blend in
heard,
pretty.
I heard Cleveland offered too, and he said no. I heard Cleveland offered like 28, 29, and he said no too.
He's looking. He's looking at do they have an Eric Williams to protect my quarterback for him to get it to me?
Trent,
Uh,
that's another
Believe it or
guy
not,
that I think that hasn't showed up to 49er camp.
he
Trent,
deserves to
because he's
get paid
looking
that
for
money.
money. He's looking for
He
money
deserves to
too.
get. He deserves to get paid that money. How many
I
years in a row have you heard Eric Williams in a Pro Bowl, dude? Like every single time, bro. He's gonna be all decade. He's gonna be a Hall of Famer. He's probably gonna be in a decade. He's top 100 by his peers. So you have a guy like that. If we had a guy like that, it'd be a drastic change. Drastic.
It's just it's
I
because in the NFL you're gonna go off of basically what what you have done for me lately, and his most recent season it was great, dog. So you know what I mean. So that's why he's had two back-to-back years where over 1,000. Last year he had close to 1,400. So it's like in back-to-back years over 1,000. I mean, you're gonna get paid. You know what I mean? So it's just like that's what, and he has a little bit of leverage right now. That's
I'd
why he's
rather
doing what
take
he's doing.
I'd rather take Debo instead of you. Say that.
Because you imagine he has to have some leverage for the simple fact that he's turning down 32.
That might be
He's
his
turning down
mistake.
28, 29. He's turning down 28, 29 from Cleveland. He's turning down like I guess there was reports from another team too. Oh no, there's a report that the Steelers have a deal in place, but he hasn't said yes to that one either. So it's like he
I think
has he has leverage because there's teams calling.
I, I'm
If there was no
I'm
teams
concerned with.
calling, if there's no teams calling, there's no leverage there. But when there's multiple teams calling, you got leverage. That's what leverage is all
Yeah.
about.
I, the first our first 5 games, I think one of them is Cleveland. I'm worried about that game.
Yeah,
Cleveland's
that's what.
loaded. Cleveland's loaded. They get IU. Shit, it's gonna be tough. And then if Watson becomes the guy that we thought he was, with the first
And you know
fully
what I like?
guaranteed guy,
Like I would like I don't know. I understand how people are saying like Ayuk. I mean, I would say this: he's not DA. He's not.
No, no. The
I
different
wouldn't even
receivers.
say. I wouldn't even say he's the top 5 in this league. But he has some shit that some top 5 receivers don't even have, and the ability to go out there and fucking block as a receiver. To block as a receiver and still go out there and have back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. So that's a ball player. Like in any sense of the word, bro, that's a football player. That's why I'm saying he's not nothing to sneeze at. He's not the best. He ain't the best. He ain't no top 5 receiver or anything like that. But I mean, DJ Moore ain't either. And I think that's the money he's looking for. He's just looking to get paid better than that. He ain't asking for 40. You know what I mean? He's not asking for 40 or anything like that. I just think he's asking for the right situation or just the right money from the Niners. I don't even think it's
I
that
look at
an overrated. I don't even think it's an overrated thing or anything like that. But because he's caught, he has hands. He could go out there and catch. He might not be the double-digit touchdown guy or whatever like that. But
that's
he
what I
goes out there.
want.
He goes out there and blocks. You know what I mean? And he's big time in that category. And you can't teach a lot of receivers that because they don't want to go out there and block.
Nah. And if you are one of those, you get exposed. And then you end up getting wiped out the league. But anything else on your mind, Gabe?
Nah, man,
What you
just
wanted?
fucking, you know what I mean? It's not too much from not that much shit that new from Sunday and stuff like that. Hopefully these next 2 days are, something comes about, but for sure, man, Saturday,
Ooh.
who knows, man, you might get a pop-up live on Saturday after the game or something like that. You never know, bro. Who knows? You know what I mean? A quick live, at least a quick live, a quick little post game, real quick post game. You know what I mean? And then we'll do a better, more in depth one on Sunday, of course, because that's our Sunday night show. But who knows? Maybe we'll do one on Saturday night, Gravy.
What do you think about Hassan Riddick, man? That's who we got to get rid of to
Got
get
traded.
Hassan Riddick.
Didn't he just get traded to the Jets?
Yeah, he got traded to the Jets for a bunch of money. Now he wants more money.
No, he got traded to the Jets for draft picks because he was gonna go, right? And he was asking for a lot of money from Philadelphia, which is why the reason Philadelphia traded him before they were able to pay him. So the Jets traded for him knowing he wanted to get paid. And they still haven't offered him another contract. That's why he's not showing up. So like the Jets traded for him knowing that he was a player that was going to be asking for his money this year, and they still traded for him. Is it selfish or whatever? Like you could call it. Like I'm not going to get into that a part of it, but what I'm saying is like, to me, it's the Jets. It's on the Jets for knowing that you went out and traded for a player that you knew he wanted to get paid big. So
But
this,
they
you know,
could
this
have
was a possibility.
they could have
But you knew this was
appeased
a
them
possibility.
with this. They could have
I'm just
appeased them with this year that they were gonna have Gabe with Rodgers, and they're supposed to go to the Super. Everybody, as soon as Rodgers went there, the Jets were going to the Super Bowl and all this shit. Oh, they got Hassan Riddick now. Everybody would want to be a team like that. Now that maybe Rodgers don't look so tough, and they
well,
got young receivers and all this shit. Now you change your mind. Just a
I
just
was
a dedication to a team, but
I would
that
just say
that would
because
bother.
of, I think he's waiting for because he wasn't a high draft pick. You know what I mean? The dude wasn't a high draft pick, so he's looking for his money. You know what I mean? This is gonna be his first big contract. You know what I mean? So he wants to get that money. You know what I mean? So it's like he was balling out for Philadelphia too. And that's why Philadelphia pulled a smart one. They knew he was wanting to get paid. They weren't going to be able to pay him. So they traded him out there, got some draft picks for him, and let the Jets deal with that. You know what I mean? But he was speaking that shit loud and clear before he got traded. So the Jets
Yeah.
knew that the Jets knew that there was a possibility of that when they traded for him.
You better give him. And then they draft 1 to 2 defensive linemen, high picks every year, so they can afford to lose Riddick. They might not his production, but eventually they think that they could get guys like that. The more you have, the better. We always say that, Gabe, on this show. You can never have enough defensive linemen. Never.
Yeah,
Did you,
never.
by any chance, this is the last time I'm going to talk about this guy, bro, because he made me look like a freaking fool as Fields. Did you see Fields?
Oh man, it's just I think he just has his game, and unfortunately, it's more of a college type of game. You know what I mean? It
I
worked.
thought
It worked
about
great,
that. I thought about that.
and you've seen quarterbacks that come in the league and do that. They're awesome in college and shit like that, but they have a college type of game. They're like, and there's other players like Jordan Love. You know what I mean? He wasn't great in college or shit like that, but he knows how he's stuck to that. You know, always keeping his eyes up and getting perfecting that the throw and shit like that. You know, especially being able to sit under a guy like Aaron Rodgers, like which I guess I could talk shit about that. He's only won one Super Bowl, whatever, like that, but not a guy's that won much. And he's always had great teams and shit like that. But the one thing I can't say about Aaron Rodgers is that dude could throw a fucking nice football. You know what I mean? So
Still,
it's like
still.
and and Jordan Love showed that like it's not always, you know what I mean, with what you do in college. And Justin Fields, he just hasn't got out of that mold.
Well, bro, I'm sure you could name at least 5 to 6 USC quarterbacks that did the same thing that Justin Fields doing.
I
So
just
you're
think they
kind of
weren't that
used to it.
good. I
You're
just think
kind
the
of used
quarterbacks
to
from
it.
USC, I just think the quarterbacks, the ones from USC, like the ones that won Heisman's, they just really weren't that good. To be honest, they just had a lot of they had a lot of weapons around them. They had Lendell White. They had, you know what I mean? They had fucking Reggie Bush. They had fucking offensive linemen. They had the fucking Maluga, Cushing, and all of those guys on defense. They had the fucking Troy Polamalu's and of the world and shit like that. So that was the reason why a lot of those quarterbacks did get what they had too. You know what I mean? But like Carson was probably the best one, but the other guys, it was more of the program than the actual quarterbacks. You know what I mean? Because they weren't really that good to begin with.
I can't believe what I'm hearing right now.
They weren't. Sanchez, was he that good? No.
Went to the AFC Championship game
I
twice.
no. I'm saying I'm saying as a whole team, that's why they
Yeah.
went. But Sanchez wasn't a great quarterback. I never seen him coming out of college being this great quarterback. I never seen Matt Leinart coming out of college being this great quarterback. I mean, the only one that I actually had high expectation for was Carson Palmer, and he was the closest thing to it. But once he got traded to the Raiders, that was a fucking disaster. But
Weren't you like
he was the
10
closest
years
thing to
old?
do it.
Weren't you like 10 years old then?
No, with Carson, I was in high school.
Oh, man. I was like my fucking 40s.
Nah, but it was
Carson
just that.
Palmer. I had so much fucking enthusiasm when we got Carson Palmer, dude. I remember that feeling. We got Carson Palmer. Let's go. You know what I mean? So I started hearing, oh, he was chilling fishing somewhere. He didn't play no football, this and that. And then we had to throw him in there all quick and he threw picks. But I was like, fuck. We just it just hurt so bad that what's his name got hurt. Jason Campbell got hurt because Jason Campbell was moving us, bro. We were moving in the
Oh
right direction with Jason Campbell.
yes, we were.
Jason Campbell was slinging it, bro. He was slinging it. We had a good team. We had a good team right there.
We did. We had. That's when we went undefeated against the division. Remember, 6-0,
And
six
then
and
we
zero against
went
the division, and we
and we
couldn't
went
win the
0-6
eight
against
and eight.
everybody else.
We went 8-8 that year.
Yeah. We went 0-8 against 0-10 against everybody else, huh?
No, Owen. We went 2-8 against everybody else, and then 6-0 against our division.
That's sad, bro. That's bad right there.
And didn't make
So
the
what do you
fucking play.
expect? So what do you expect? Usually, if you win your division, you're supposed to be in the playoff, huh?
No,
We
but
didn't
we
even.
no, yeah, no, we swept our division, but we still didn't win our division because as much as we beat everybody in our division twice, but they still had a better record than us.
That's when they had them good Denver teams too, huh?
Yeah, Denver.
What do you expect from this game, Gabe? We know that the second game of the season, unless you play the Hall of Fame game, because you get 40. What do you expect from this game right here, where most likely, supposedly, a lot of the ones get to play? What do you what
I
do you want to
expect,
see here?
I expect the defense to be a lot quicker, a lot faster, playing with a lot more intensity. That's for sure because it's a home game as well too. So I know they're gonna be filling the crowd since tomorrow because there's open practice tomorrow and I think Thursday. Well, I think it's just or maybe just tomorrow, but there's already news that there's gonna be 50,000 fans there at practice tomorrow.
That's good to
So
hear.
that's good to hear. So like that's gonna be getting ready for Saturday. Hopefully that adds some motivation to come out there Saturday and just you don't ever want these fucking cowgirls to come in here and do anything. So just go in there, put a whooping on their ass in the first half, and then let's see our depth play good,
That
man. I want to see our depth play good.
So, yeah, that was an issue for me that we said, oh, number two, and and we got this guy at number two, and we got this guy at number two, and it was no shows on the Minnesota game, and they got majority of the snaps. If you're a
We'll be better.
three,
We'll get better.
if
We'll be
you're a,
better this week.
if you're a three, you're gonna play a couple of plays, and it matters where you're at. If you're a receiver or you're a quarterback. I would probably say a defensive lineman that you won't get a lot of work if you're a three. But if you're a two, you are going to get work.
Okay, you see, Gardner's playing with the ones, right? So that's supposed to be the news. Gardner's playing with the ones, and most likely AOC's playing with the two. Who do you see having a bigger game?
I seen Gardner playing with one. Those numbers didn't change on Minnesota in the second quarter, Gabe.
No, that's what I mean.
I
If
paid
this week,
I paid
this
attention.
week,
I paid attention to that.
no, that's what I say. If Minshew plays with the ones, Minshew supposedly reported to play with the ones this week. AOC with the twos. Who has a bigger game this Saturday?
Well, the guy I want, Mitchell. He'll be better. I didn't see anything
It
different
doesn't
as far as
sound.
protection.
It doesn't sound like it sounds like maybe Adams will only be out there for a series for sure.
Yeah,
Because
you don't need to
as
be out
far
there.
as
You don't need to be out
as far as AP saying that everybody will play, I think that's the reason why it might only even be for that. But because the sounds coming out of like DA, it sounds like he's not putting no much stock on this game at all. Anyways, he's never really played in the preseason anyway, so and he didn't really expect to get a lot of snaps anyway. So it's just like we won't see too much of that, but you will see everybody else. You will see DJ Turner. You will see Tucker. You will see Jacoby. You probably won't see too much of him anymore because he showed last week. You don't really got to show too much, bro. Like that dude's a gamer. He's gonna go out there and give you everything anyway. So might as well just go take him out there for a series with DA, and that's it. Take him out. You don't need him too much in there, and let these guys battle it out with Tucker out there, with Wilkerson out there, and just let them all pretty much battle it out with the same guys. You know what I mean? Because most of those guys are going to be playing the whole game. I mean, the Wilkersons of the day, like DJ Turner may not, Tucker may not, but Those are two guys that I see most likely playing with in between both guys. You know what I mean? Those like Tucker and Turner. Those are the guys that I see them playing with at least both quarterbacks this game. Like other guys, like the first guys, you might only see play like Jacoby and Jacoby Bowers and Da. You might only see play with Minshew, you know, or Mayer with Minshew, and then you might see Bowers or whatever, or into or just vice versa, whatever. You know what I mean, like that. But you're going to get different guys, and the one guys that I think that are going to overlap are going to be like a Turner, like Trey Tucker, like probably I would say
It froze up on me. I think your internet's bad again, Gabe. If you can hear me, Gabe, your internet went bad. But I see the same thing that that Gabe is talking about. You know, we might be in a situation. We might be in a situation to where we see Minshew get a long drive going, and we got a lot more opportunities as far as reps with Aiden. And it did I don't know if Jacoby was in more for um, Minshew. I really didn't look at that, but if he was, he wasn't getting on the ball. I don't know how many completions Minshew had to Myers than Aiden did, because Aiden was obviously targeting Myers. We were thinking about that, Pete. We got a lot of things up coming up when we all get together. A lot of us are getting. I'm starting work. Lowe is working. Um, Gabe Gabe will flow in. We'll get him. We'll get Gabe back on because Gabe was on a good little subject right there, dude. Did you hit the wire again, bro, or what?
no. This I don't know what the fuck happened at that.
Earthquake, earthquake.
No, but it was just I just think that that's what's gonna you're gonna be able to see guys like that, but most more guys than not. I just want to see good play calling, dog. Like for sure, I want to see our offense look as smooth as it did last week. Hopefully, even better. You know what I mean? I don't. Hopefully, they make this shit super hard on the fucking the coaching staff to make a decision. You know what I mean? Hopefully, they both ball out this weekend. Just because that added, I would say that gives me an added more, just more confidence that whoever we pick is going to be a good suited guy for this team. Is just what philosophy that I think they're going to try to go in. Like, are they going to try to be that explode more explosive team, or are they going to be more of that let's try to eat up the clock and have our defense go out there and do what they do. You know what I mean? Hopefully they give us some short fields at times, and you know what I mean. And so I think it's going to all be that's all going to be taken into account too. Like so, like hopefully they make it just difficult on the coaching staff this weekend, man, and the defense for sure. I want to see them go out there and ball out. And Tyree, I don't give a fuck if you don't want to if there's a like saying oh like you don't have no room to be go out there and be like, oh, I don't have to show any of my moves because I'm saving them for the season. Nah, you got to go out there and show something, bro. Something. I don't give a fuck if it's your same old bull rush, but make that shit look good. Drop that fucking offensive lineman in, but drop that offensive lineman into the fucking quarterback's lap. Something.
That's all I
Bro, I
want to
want to
see,
see
bro.
something.
Is
I want to
disruption.
see
I just want
something
to
out of
see
you.
disruption. I want to see him be
That's what I
destructive.
would say. What I wanted this Saturday for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna be watching Tyree again, and I'm gonna concentrate on him. I might miss a little bit of the game, but at this point, don't really give a shit who wins. Who wins the game? I don't give a shit if we lost a Minnesota game. I
No,
like the
that's
fact that we were. I like the fact that one quarterback got us in the end zone and was successful at it, and the one that
and
always and the one that is known for not getting the ball in the end zone for us did exactly what he was doing last
and then we had a 20-7 lead in halftime. You know, what I mean, that was pretty nice too. I mean,
year.
that was pretty nice going into halftime where most second and even third stringers were mostly out of there. Like second half, you mostly got nothing but third and fourth stringers. I
Yeah.
mean, you got nothing but third and fourth stringers in the second half. So I mean, obviously, you want those guys to perform too. You want them to fucking play just as good against, their third stringers as we played our first stringers against their first stringers, or our second stringers against their second stringers. Like, you want that to keep going, and you want that to be keep being the case with every level of the depth chart. You know what I mean? But I will say though, I wasn't mad at the game on Saturday, dog. Like, I like that. I know some people will look at it as more because they put more emphasis on the final score and all of that shit and W's and losses and shit like that. And I get it. You know what I mean? That's the biggest thing. But I mean, that's the biggest thing when they count. You know what I mean? I think these are the games where you have to work out of those kinks, work out the kinks and all of that shit. And a lot of those guys that were playing in that fourth quarter that ended up losing that lead when we finally got the lead back are guys
I
that are
don't
not
want
going
to
to be
be.
on the team. Guys that are
I don't
pretty
want to be
much
on
not
that
going to be on the
squad.
team. You know what I mean?
I don't want to be on that squad. I don't want to be on that second half squad.
Yeah,
Whoever it was.
because there's 40 guys that are almost 40, damn near 40 guys that are going to get cut. You know what I mean? So a lot of guys that are playing in that third quarter, fourth quarter will not be on this team. You know what I mean? So it's like I understand that we want to win the game and all of that shit, but and our depth does need to get better and perform better, especially in our rookies, because those are the ones that we're counting on for our depth. Because the other guys, the older guys, the guys that we brought in, like that you keep hearing that they're just bringing in for this and that, a receiver here and there, or like a Nathan Peterman or something like that. I just think that those are more. I don't know, man. They're filling areas or whatever. You know what I mean? And it's just, I don't know, man. I just see that the what happened on Saturday. I I'm gonna tell you the guys the truth, man. After the first half, I really didn't even watch that much because that's where
Just what?
that's
Yeah,
where
me
most of
too.
my eggs
Me
were, and
too.
I mean that's where I had more of my eyes out anyway. I had a lot of shit to do. That's the reason why, to be honest. But not because I didn't want to watch, or else I would have sat there in the same spot the whole fucking game. But I made sure that at least I was supposed to be gone before the game started, but I made sure I sat there and through the first half, and I didn't like what I seen at first. You know what I mean? When they were giving out those yards and shit like that. It was a thing where what I mean, you expect to go out there on defense, especially when another team wins the coin toss and say that they're going to receive. And your defense has been chopping at the bit all year. You kind of want them to go out there with a little bit more intensity. That's probably what I would say about that. As even though they did make a stop on the in the goal line, like you want them to go out there with more intensity, just for the simple fact that like you've been saying that you've been chopping at the bit to go at it. You know what I mean? You wanted to see some other teams and shit like that. Like that was the most disappointing part for me. Like that they didn't come out the defense that I think that they are. That's the reason why I was more upset because I still think they're going to be great. It's just that they made me look fucking stupid on Saturday, dog, because they played half ass, to be honest.
I expected a lot more from the defense. AP, DDT, Coach Gravy. Well, it's directed towards me, but we can answer it, Gabe. What do you think about moving defensive player to offer? Tyree, I ain't with it. I never heard that they
Tyree,
were moving him now. What would he
no, no, no.
play?
They're gonna move him to. If anything, they're only gonna move him to the inside defensive tackle. But as far as a player moving to the offensive side, I think the only player that's had a chance at that on this team is Jack Jones.
I was gonna say like all the athletic guys, the corners, the safeties, those guys could, those linebackers could probably play a little bit of running back. You know what I mean? Those he's asking, what do you think about moving defensive player to offense, not just Tyree, but
Oh,
I
okay, yeah, I
never,
wouldn't.
you
Nah,
know,
not
so
Tyree.
like
Tyree.
you played linebacker, Gabe, when you was in school. The running back went out. Well, shit, I trust Gabe more than I do this other guy. Gabe, go in that running back and block the first dude you see at the hole. That's easy, but it's not that simple in the pros. So
No.
just you're athletic guys. They can play receiver, slot, or just getting away and shit.
Yeah, but
That's
it's
basically
different,
they ain't
bro.
getting
Like
no touchdowns.
these guys are the best of the best in their sport, dog. You know what I mean? Like there's hundreds of fucking very good football players in college that don't get drafted every year. You know what I mean? So like the just the skill level of each of these players just to even make it to the pros. That's why sometimes I'd be like, I even be reluctant to talk a lot of shit, dog, because it's just crazy ass work that you have to just to even get to the NFL. You know what I mean? So it's like I respect everyone in the NFL, but it's just like it's you see at the level, you see the levels, dog, and it's different, man. Like and to move a guy like that when they've been their whole life, and they've tried to protect this one, especially like guys like that, where since basically high school, where they went, especially once they got stepped on a field in college, and they were getting molded into being whatever they were going to be, and they had the potential, like they already had that like potential. Okay, you might go to the league. Like those guys are not going to just be able to be okay. Switch it up. Oh, let me go play offensive lineman real quick, or I'm a receiver. Let me go play DB real quick. You know what I mean? Or you know what I mean? It's just like you either had to be have been doing that for your whole career, you know what I mean, or some type of shit, or like players like Dion, players like Woodson, players like, you know what I mean, like just there's different players that have been able to do it, you know what I mean, but those are very very few, and and apart, you know what I mean. So it's like I just like, as much as I like Jack Jones, he is a guy that we've heard that he's been getting reps in camp and all of that shit. But like AP said, he would have to be damn near perfect in in camp and in practice, and be able to run that play back to back to back without any mistakes for them to even give him a chance to go out there. You know what I mean? And that's not even including of like if all the guys are healthy, there's probably not even a chance for him to get out on the field. There would need to be a lot of things to happen his way to even see him see the field offensively. You know what I mean? So it's very very special players. Look at the guys we're talking about: Dion, Charles Woodson. You know what I mean? Like those are special fucking players, bro. Like those are the only guys that you've ever almost been able to see that type of shit with. You know
Both
what I
them
mean?
guys
So
got gold jackets, bro. So do you see Tyree Wilson or Jack Jones
no,
in the future of that?
and even guys in the
They,
in the in the fucking even guys in the Hall of Fame will tell you like they wouldn't have they've been able to change up positions and do that shit. It's just it's totally different, dog. And you
you
would
got
have
to
to
be
learn
the
a whole new
best.
skill set. You would have to learn a whole new skill set against other players that already have a lot of them have perfected their own skill set. Nah,
Mhm. I don't want to use that in excuse. Put Jack Jones in receiver. He's better. If we're in that case, then go get yourself a receiver because I'm pretty sure he'll be equivalent or close to what Jack athletically what Jack Jones could do. But you better be the best damn corner if you think you're gonna play offense. I mean, number one corner in the NFL can do that. It was Dion. We still talking. He's the best corner ever. I didn't like the way he tackled, but Woodson did that. Rob Woodson was just as good as Deion Sanders or Charles Woodson in my book.
Yeah, he was, bro. He was the best to me. Shit, bro. He's up there just because simple fact he was one of the best safeties ever, one of the best corners ever. He had two positions, and that's Charles too. You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
it's like special players like that. You know what I mean? And they both fucking Woodson. Both played for the
Yep.
Raiders too.
Yep. When he went to Raiders, he was a little bit on his off foot, so he moved
Yeah.
him to safety. Became one of the best safeties. If you do,
Yeah.
if you have an impact like that, I'll take it all day. But we know where would we put Tyree in?
You
He
I
ain't gonna
think the
play no
only
offensive line. He ain't gonna be no offensive lineman.
he's
Just think on
not
that subject.
tight end, a
Look
blocking
at the
tight
tight
end,
ends we got, bro. He can't
a
even
blocking
block.
tight
Can't even block a tight end on the other team, bro. He can't
I
even
mean, he's
shed that block.
strong. I mean, he's strong. Maybe he could turn him into a blocking tight end. That's the only thing I can see him playing in the fucking offense. But I think on defense, if he is not able to develop any hands like moves with his hands, bro, he's going to have to be for sure moved like exclusively inside, and we could forget about him ever playing in the outside.
Oh, Tyree.
Yeah.
So your move,
If he doesn't get
your
any, like, if he don't show any like improvement with his hands, bro, like, because his hands, like, they should have gotten a little better by now. You know what I mean? Like, I understand be patient sometimes with like moves, like learning new moves, but bro, you were just at a camp where almost all of those motherfuckers were teaching you something, and those guys were all, pro bowlers and all pros and everywhere. You know what I mean? Everywhere you looked at the defensive end camp, like there was that type of guy. So like if you can't incorporate any of that into your game, bro, and like start doing that like as a defensive end, I see him always being or being able to become a more solid. Like if he's not able to like do that, I can see him becoming a solid like guy in the run game just because of his strength and his length or whatever. Maybe he could get his hands in the shit, but he needs to develop some hand moves, bro. Like because that's yeah.
that the way he runs, dude, is weird. I guess he just wasn't meant to be here, bro. He wasn't. I'm sure he's a good kid. I'm sure he's a massive person. Maybe he just
Yeah, he's huge. I'm gonna
maybe
big.
maybe he just ain't for NFL football, man. We gotta. If you have those
But not yet.
big
I'm ready.
problems
Yeah,
that
I'm
he
not ready to
has,
give up
he
yet.
he has he
Not
has
ready to give up yet.
big problems. He has
Yeah.
problems that you should know in college. He just dominated someone in college because he was bigger, stronger, faster than everybody. But
Saturday
when
he's
he
gonna do
gets,
it. Saturday.
but when if he has a good game Saturday, I still won't change my opinion on him. But I need to see. That'll make me say, "Hey, I need to see him game time." But I guarantee you this: if he has the problems he had against Minnesota with, he played. I seen him in there a lot, and he did set the edge. But we had a guy like that already that we picked higher,
Clinical.
and we made a mistake. And I know you could tell me it was McDaniel's pick or whatever. He has to produce for this regime. It's just that McDaniel's got fired, so does Tyree. He's still a number 7 pick in that year draft. It doesn't matter. But we're talking about moving them to offense. Fuck, dude.
I don't know who said
We're
that
not
shit
even
though, but
we're
that,
not even
nah,
on we're not even on
we're
this
not
defensive line
we're
shit.
not
We're
talking
we're
about that.
switching to offense.
I don't think we're talking about that. I'm just like, 'cause that's just not
No,
way
there's
no way
people in
possible.
here saying that somebody said he can
Yeah,
play
I think
offense.
somebody was just sucking shit, but like,
I don't
there's
know
no
who it
way.
was, but there was a couple of
There's no
responses.
fucking way.
I think
But
it
yeah,
was
man,
over.
we got 2 hours. Shit, we did 2 hours, Gravy.
It
Well, you
looks
did
like
2 hours.
Gabe wants to go, Phelps. It looks like Gabe wants to go.
Yeah, we got the 2 hour. You know, Lowe's gonna get mad.
Hey, Lowe said he might pop in for a little sneak attack, bro. But I guess he couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it.
So why
He's.
you feeling all them? You feeling all them earthquakes over there, Gabe?
I don't feel shit, dog. Man,
Man,
I don't feel not one, dog. And I seen like videos of some of them, like that 4 point something, whatever. Like it was like fucking scaring the fucking shit out of the dog. Like, where the fuck was that?
is
Shit
that by
must have
you?
happened. Shit must have happened under their house or something, dog. Because that shit didn't feel shit.
Where's Disneyland at? Oh no, that's UCLA. What's
It
in
happened in
Pasadena?
Pasadena. That's just maybe like
Pasadena's
30 miles. 30 miles
like
from my
US.
house. 30, 40 miles.
Is that where the Rose Bowl's at?
Yeah.
That's what UCLA. Huh?
Yeah. But it's like 30, 40 miles from my house, dog. Like you should feel it. And I didn't feel shit. I didn't feel the 5 point something the other day during the fucking live. I didn't feel shit.
Gabe just has a good chair, I guess, because it's on CNN, it's on the
A
Weather Channel,
couple,
it's everywhere, bro.
like,
LA going under.
couple no, a couple months ago, there was a couple of them that were like back to back, and they were like
D
5.1
Menace,
and
what's up, man?
and like a 4.8 or something like 4.9. I did feel those. I did feel those. Those were more like, and those kept going for a little bit. Those were like, oh shit, like the motherfucker's not gonna stop. What the fuck?
Man, I would hate to be on the freeway with that shit, bro. That shit. I would hate to be on
D
the
Menace,
freeway, bro.
what up, D Menace? Let me take
What
a
up, D Menace?
rip. Take a fucking bong rip for D Menace in the chat.
There you
He's
go.
he's driving right now, but take a rip for him while he's driving.
Just swing it in. He can swing it in. It matters how
So we
close
can
to home you are, D Menace.
again the show, you know what I mean? With the fucking rip to for the bong, you know what I mean? Still gotta go to work tomorrow. Early like a motherfucker.
Man, I start work tomorrow, bro.
Damn.
And then
Back
on
at
a
those
Thursday, I think
kids.
Thursday I'm gonna be in a bad mood. I think Thursday I'm gonna be in a bad mood.
Back with them fucking kids.
Uh,
You'd be like Bernie Mac, dog. I fuck a kid up.
with a hammer, with a hammer.
Yeah, fuck, you ever see that shit? The Kings of Comedy was like, I'll fuck a kid up.
Yeah, I see that. On the Kings of Comedy.
That was a fool, man. He's like, I will fuck a kid up.
Yeah, so it ain't like that no more, bro. It
You
ain't
can't
like
even
that no
say
more.
shit. Do you remember fucking Kings of Comedy, dog? And I'm trying to get out of here and I'm talking about Kings of Comedy. Like the shit that he said and the jokes that he said in Kings of Comedy, dog, you say some of that shit right now, we won't be on here tomorrow because we'll get canceled.
Yeah. Oh,
Fuck
about
yeah,
kids.
man.
Yeah.
No, not just the kids where he'd be like, we use it all the you know the gay slurs and shit like that. You know what I
You
mean?
about that, man? That's you. That's your decision. Kids, I work at a school. Please, mom and dad, if your kid is in elementary school
It's
and he
fucked up
hasn't
though.
started school yet, the first day of school, please do not let your kids wear pajamas to school. Ever. Ever.
Oh fuck, no! Why they wearing
It's
pajamas to school anyway?
110 degrees outside here in Fresno. And
Nah,
these
my
kids
son,
got pajamas
I bought him.
and
I haven't even bought
sweatshirts
him
on.
pants. I bought him all kinds of fucking shorts, Nike shorts, and all kinds of shorts for like school and shirts, and a couple of pairs of shoes, but no pants yet, dog. Because there's no reason to buy pants. Why would I buy him pants right now, dog? It's fucking hot.
They're cheap right now, Gabe.
The pants?
Yeah.
I just buy them when it gets cold, a little cooler. Then I'll start. I'll buy them, fucking couple pairs of jeans for
As
now. I can
long
wear
as it ain't
shorts.
pajamas, bro. As long as he ain't got his Deadpool fucking pajamas on. Because I could, you go visit to, pray admission day and all that, bro. And then my mom and dad, they wearing pajamas too.
Fuck
I
that.
never wore pajamas. They were a little kid. I didn't even wear that under rule shit, bro. I just boxed it out. Went to sleep boxers. Didn't have pajamas. No
Yeah, I don't
Incredible
fuck.
Hulk ones.
Fuck yeah, man. I fucking shit. Boxers and a muscle shirt. That's it, bro. That's all I sleep. Fuck that.
Get all pajamaed out. Pajama parties.
That's crazy, bro.
Crocs. Crocs
Yeah,
too.
hey, all eyes. That's the crazy shit. I hate seeing kids like that, bro. Like kids, like it's 100 something degrees and they're dressed with these big ass hoodies on and shit like that. Like, oh man, like come on,
That's in,
kid.
bro. See, the kids are right now, Gabe, on how much dope we did when we was younger. They they get us back with that. All the shit we did growing up, our kids, it's in our kids' DNA right now. All the
Yeah,
stupid
it's just
shit.
a
We're getting
different way.
punished.
It's just a different way of growing up nowadays. That's all. But
Man, I would
hey,
love, I would love, I would love to be back kid again, bro. During
Friday.
during the era. But anyways, like Low Stairs, um, shit, man, I try to
Be grateful
remember
for
that.
what you got and what you don't got. So don't drink and drive. If you are, you know what I mean, have a DD, just have a DD or whatever, you know what I mean, and be responsible, dog, and just
DD,
we do.
Someone's gonna say something like that in the chat. I know someone's gonna say get a DD for in the chat.
Hey, you know how we do, dog. Fucking, you know how we finish every show. You know what I mean? A count of three. 1, 2, 3. Raiders.
Them add your haircuts too. Get rid of that shit.
Oh, wait,
Cut
I
that,
take a fucking bong hit. I said I was gonna take a bong hit. I didn't. Hold on. You can't end it without that.
Edgar haircuts are whack. And there we go. RaiderNationLive. We out. We'll see you on Thursday with the main man back.
Yes, sir.